Good evening and welcome to this edition of Shanghai Live. I'm Xin Bei. Our top story of the night: Shanghai Tunnel Engineering Cooperation will help build the second phase of a tunnel sewage system in Singapore next month. Once completed, the system will be Singapore's largest water conservancy project. Zhang Lingbin has more.
The sewage system uses a single tunnel to channel used water flow by gravity, replacing the intermediate pumping stations. The main section of the tunnel will be built by Shanghai Tunnel Engineering Corporation, a company that has worked on other projects in Singapore over the past 20 years.
When we first started construction work in Singapore, we lived in containers and on construction sites. Our clients didn't take our advice, but after we started the construction, they gradually started to trust us because of our high performance.
Under
the Belt and Road Initiative, we have won many bids for subway line construction projects in the past 2 years. The total contract value of the projects is worth more than 7.2 billion yuan.
Established in 1996, the company has helped build more than 5 subway lines and 24 infrastructure projects in Singapore. The combined contracts were worth more than 19.2 billion yuan. Since the Belt and Road Initiative was proposed in 2013, more Chinese companies ventured overseas to help with the infrastructure development and promote the Made in China brand.
We hope that by cooperating with China, we can facilitate better investors like STEC going not just to Singapore. By using Singapore as a hub, they can expand to India, to Malaysia, to Indonesia. And hopefully these 4 platforms that Singapore and the Chinese government have can facilitate all these Belt and Road projects. And hopefully also bring bilateral relations to a new high.
Singapore is among the first group of countries to openly join the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, which funds the Belt and Road Initiative. As a global financial hub, Singapore is one of the top initial destinations for Chinese investments going into countries covered by the initiative. Zhang Lingbin, Shanghai Live.
The French schooner Terra, a floating laboratory studying the ocean and the impact of climate change in the Arctic, is on a 2-month visit to China to increase environmental awareness. It has already visited Sanya and will stop in Xiamen and Shanghai next month. Sun Cai-Qin has the story.
The schooner is on a 10,000-kilometer expedition in the Pacific Ocean, studying how coral reefs adapt to climate change. It has collected 25,000 samples since 2016. Romain Trouble, executive director of Terra Expeditions Foundation, said most of the coral reefs they have examined have degraded due to global warming, overfishing, and pollution.
We try to understand how the ocean is working, what drives the ecosystem of the ocean. We study the climate in the Arctic, we study the plankton, the plastic pollution in the ocean everywhere now we go, with your boat, with Star, and with any boats you're going to find some plastic. So these are big issues that need to be understood, studied by the scientists around the world.
During the stopover in Shanghai, students will be invited to board the vessel and learn about the biodiversity of the ocean. The foundation will also set up partnerships with Chinese universities and host a scientific conference in Xiamen with the goal of involving Chinese scientists in the future expeditions. It has set its next goal of visiting the North Pole in 2020.
We will make a consortium of many countries and many labs, and I'm sure there will be 1 or 2 laboratories from China to work with us, whether it is on atmosphere studies or it is on ice or biology in the Arctic.
The 2020 expedition will focus on studying melting glaciers and determining the design of a polar station that will become the only inhabited base in the heart of the Arctic ice pack. Sun Cai-Qin, Shanghai Live.
Sponsored by the China National Arts Fund, the Handicrafts in Yangtze River Delta exhibition has opened at Duoyunshan Art Center, which focuses on showcasing how intangible cultural heritage can connect to urban lifestyles. Huang Yuanqing reports.
Entering the exhibition hall on the first floor, visitors are greeted with a paper-made white cloud installation floating from the ceiling. It was created by Juju Wang, an American Chinese artist. The installation embodies the elements of intangible cultural heritage, as the paper used was handmade by the Dai ethnic minority group, a craft dating back 800 years.
The main material of the House of Clouds is dye paper. Hundreds of pieces of dye paper are hanged by fish wires on 7 rotating brackets. You can actually rotate the brackets with your hands and feel its natural material.
There is also an eye-catching wooden table on the 3rd floor. Inspired by geometry, the artist wants to show intangible cultural heritage skills have a place in modern society and are not just something to be seen in museums.
我们有一个理念，就是将传统文化传授给未来。
We hope our traditional culture can be passed on to the future, and I believe that using these items will inspire more young people to discover and explore it.
相关的一些事情，我觉得这个就是一个代入感。希望年轻的朋友不要对我们的非遗或者是传统文化有的固有的印象，它其实可以很年轻。
Through this exhibition, I hope visitors, especially young people, will change their stereotypical view of intangible cultural heritage as being outdated and dull. It can be very interesting and attractive, as long as we can expand our thoughts on the practical use of these crafts through creative ideas and functions.
底蕴在，所以我们不用去畏惧去做创新的设计或者创新的表现形式。
The exhibition is showcasing more than 100 pieces and will run until the end of March. 黄元清, Shanghai Live.
200 paintings and sculptures from Chinese abstract artist Xiao Qin are now on display at the China Art Museum in Pudong. The exhibition, which will run through May 2nd, showcases works from Xiao's 60 years artistic journey. Reporter Zhang Yue has more.
Having resided overseas for more than 60 years, Xiao is the first Chinese avant-garde artist who established a career in Europe. He aims to foster the influence of Asian philosophies in the Western art scene. One visitor said he was attracted by the use of circles and dots in Xiao's work, which represent infinite energy, which fits with Xiao's philosophy. Life is an infinite learning process.
因为我是做跟艺术相关的领域，所以平时对展览比较关注。
I work at an art magazine, and I visit galleries in my spare time very often. I like Xiao's perfect use of vivid color. They are very bright, young, and beautiful. Also, the colorful forms, water ink dots, and geometrical structures composes his powerful visual creation.
碰撞吧都体现在作品里，我觉得还是很吸引人的。
Xiao says the show titled Coming Home established a profound connection between himself and his cultural roots, and he always had a special affection for his homeland.
我是出生在上海，我觉得我自己应该是上海人。
I was born in Shanghai and I left Shanghai when I was 11. Now I'm 83 and I turn to my hometown eventually with my paintings from different times. I would like to donate those pieces to China Art Museum, and this is the true meaning of coming home. I want my paintings to stay in my hometown forever.
Xiao Qin was the very first Chinese artist to go to Europe to present the Oriental spirit, and then use this Oriental spirit to create a collection of abstract paintings. That's the unique language the artist created in the 1960s, which also formed a cornerstone of his artistic development in the next 50, 60 years.
The exhibited works also includes ink on paper and canvas paintings from earlier periods, as well as paintings produced from acrylic, a newly invented media at the time. The paintings will be included in the museum's permanent collection. The exhibition is free to the public. 张悦, Shanghai Live.
And this week, our Weekend Watch segment takes us to Shanghai Marriott Hotel Kangqiao.
This time, we'll be staying in Shanghai with our destination, the Shanghai Marriott Hotel Kangqiao. Located near the Shanghai Zhangjiang High-Tech Park and the Shanghai Disney Resort, the Shanghai Marriott Hotel Kangqiao offers a great mix of work and play. The hotel, the only Marriott in the Zhoukang area, appeals to business travelers, leisure travelers, and family guests with a range of accommodations. But now let's find out a little more about the hotel.
Well, the basic theme color tone of the contemporary guest rooms here are all about light colors. And when you step into the rooms, you can feel that, well, from the furnishing to the ornaments, everything is so modern, simple, and clear. And due to the ideal location of this hotel, you can easily enjoy the spectacular fireworks show from the Disney Resort at night. Well, what a wonderful and dreamlike journey here.
When it comes to fine dining, the Manho Chinese restaurant serves up plenty of options.
王师傅你好，可以跟我们简单的介绍一下我们的万豪中餐厅吗？有没有什么样比较特别的特色？
是这样子的，我们万豪中餐厅的菜系呢分了2部分，一部分是粤菜，一部分是上海本地菜。这道菜的名字叫风范之菊小青龙。我们小青龙呢选用澳洲的小青龙，龙虾仔，7成油温去炸它。7成油温可以锁住龙虾它本身的营养跟水分，吃起来口感不会干。
那么它在这个酱料上面，你的选择包括它的制作过程有什么秘诀吗？
我们这个酱汁的话跟外边是有点不同，我选用的是蒜汁、三花淡奶。另外一道菜是文火小牛肉，我们的牛肉也是选用澳洲的和牛，松软入味，吃起来口感像吃面包一样。我们在煲制的过程中选用鸡汤，我用最简单的烹饪方式。突出它牛肉本身最原始的味道。
Well, no, a good beef dish has 2 qualities. One is about the texture and the other one is about its flavor. And also the flavor is especially great because of its chicken soup, and it brings out more beef flavor and makes it so strong.
For some more great cuisine, guests can enjoy a leisurely meal at the Goji Kitchen and Bar, featuring a sumptuous buffet. For some exercise, you can head to the fitness center and swimming pool. The hotel features 12,900 square feet of event space that can host large banquets and board meetings. Nearby, explore the Shanghai Disney theme park, the ancient water town of Shaojiaolo, the Jopu Flower Sea, or the Florentia Village Shopping Center. Well, that's it for this weekend. But stay tuned to Weekend on the Go for more amazing weekend options.
And a couple of reminders before we go. If you want to reach us by email, our address is shanghai.live@ics.smg.cn. Also, you're invited to scan the QR code on the screen to follow us on WeChat. And remember, you can now join us on Twitter and Facebook at ICS Shanghai Live. Now, with that, we come to the end of this edition of Shanghai Live. Thank you for being here with us. Good night.